In the ever-changing world of education, teachers are doing more and more to increase student achievement with fewer and fewer resources. However, one area that often gets overlooked is the power of parent engagement and its impact on student success. There have been over 40 research studies done in this area, and they all say the same thing. When parents are involved in their child's education, student achievement will increase. Furthermore, the #1 factor to creating meaningful parent engagement depends largely on whether or not the parent feels welcome in his or her child's school. Over the next few minutes, you'll see 2 scenarios portraying very real interactions that occur in all schools across the country each day. We know you're very busy, and we hope that this brief video will give you some insight as to how important your role is in building partnerships between home and school.
So you know Ms. Smith is coming in. I know you have a lot to do and you have a lot on your plate, but you know, we gotta have these parent conferences.
I think this is a waste of time.
Seriously.
I really do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Johnny, what his behavior reflects home, so it might not be productive and a valuable use of our time.
Well, I hope
This
she
is
comes
snap,
in here.
snap, because I got papers to grade.
And I hope she has a
don't
better
have time for
attitude
this.
than Johnny. It really does.
Yeah, I know.
I got better things to do with my time right now.
I agree.
I understand. Good morning, Ms. Smith. You can have a seat right there. Thank you for coming in. My name is Rachel, and I am the counselor here at our high school. We've asked you here today to talk about your son, Johnny, who is having serious problems here at school, both academic and behavioral.
I didn't realize so many people would be here. I didn't know there was a problem.
These are our typical formats for our meetings because we really just need to have all of our teachers who are having issues with Johnny here to tell you what's going on. So I've asked them here today to share those things with you.
Okay, what's going on?
Well, I'm Miss Hayes. I'm his math teacher.
How you doing?
Johnny, just fine. Johnny constantly comes into class. He's late. He's a lot of trouble for the class, and he's quite distracting to the other kids. And that is not going to be tolerated in the school system. Now, when it comes to his homework, it's often incomplete and is turned in late.
Well, I watch him do his homework. I work 2 jobs, but I ask him every day how things are going. He tells me it's fine.
Well,
And I've never gotten a note from you or a phone call, so I don't know.
Well, it sounds like a little more attention than you paid to Johnny. I mean, he's coming in with an iPad and he's playing on his iPad during the day, and he's just a constant distraction.
This is the first I've heard of this. I haven't had a note from you or anything. I have a cell phone. I have email. This is the first I've heard that Johnny's a problem.
Well, let me jump in right here. I'm Miss Nixon. I'm his English teacher, and I will agree with Miss Hayes. Yeah, he does play on his iPad, and we have discussions in class. He during the middle of the discussion, he gets up. That's not appropriate.
This is the first I've heard.
I mean,
of
what
this.
is he doing at home?
He listens to me. He listens to me at home.
Really?
Well, this is the first I've heard from you. I haven't gotten a note from you. I haven't
I've
gotten
sent
a
notes
call.
home.
Well, this definitely cannot be
Well, I have a
tolerated.
phone call. I have phone. Nobody's ever called me. This is the first I've heard of any of this, and you know, if you could at least call me. I just feel like you're just ganging up on me. Nobody's told me anything he's done right. I've got to go. I'm going to be late for work. I'm going to be late for work.
Well, he's definitely not having good home training. She really need to work on her
Are
parenting
you
skills.
kidding me?
Really? Can you, a grown woman runs out of the room? Are you
Really?
serious?
She's a parent. She needs to be responsible for
Home,
Johnny.
home is obviously a mess. She
Yes,
is not doing her
absolutely.
job as a parent.
Absolutely.
So she needs to step up.
Now let's pause for a moment. In our first scenario, the parent was clearly isolated and overwhelmed by the negative tone of the conference. Even though the teachers may be accurate in their description of the student's performance, there is still a better way to approach the issues and build a partnership with the parent. Now let's revisit the parent conference with a more positive approach. Action.
I'm really glad that we're able to have Ms. Smith come in today. Like, her schedule allows for us to have this meeting. It's really important. I
I'm glad
think.
it worked out. I think it shows that she has an interest in her child.
I
And
agree.
it's so important to what we need to accomplish today.
Yes.
Yeah, if we can get through to her, I think all that those other issues will be
Yeah.
taken care of.
I agree. I agree. Just a win-win all the way around.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thanks for pulling us together.
Oh yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
being here.
you rock.
Good morning, Miss Smith. Thanks for coming in today. It's great to see you.
I'm
Welcome.
Miss Nixon. I'm Johnny's English teacher.
I'm Miss Hayes' math teacher. So great to have you here.
Good to meet you finally.
We really appreciate you making time to come to this meeting. We understand you're very busy as a
Yes,
parent.
I am, but I want to find out how he's doing.
Yeah. I brought you a notepad. Sometimes I find it's helpful to take notes so you can capture what the teachers say so we can work together on some of the things.
Yes, that way when I get home, I can talk to Johnny about some things. Thank you so much for pencil and paper. Thank you.
So I've asked both Johnny's English and math teacher to come here today and talk about some strategies for improvement.
Well, we're so glad you were able to make it out today
Thank you.
because our students are very important to us and we know your son is very important to you.
Yes, I work 2 jobs, but there's nothing more important than his education.
Totally, I totally understand. When it comes to Johnny, do you also have discussions about how things are going with school and his
Oh, yeah.
friends that he associates with?
Yes, but Johnny's a typical boy, so how's everything going? It's fine. Ever since middle school, I don't get much information.
I understand. That's a teenager for you.
Oof.
When it comes to Johnny in math class, we are having a bit of a challenge with him staying on course with his materials and some of his homework. So we wanted to bring you in to discuss maybe some kind of learning plan to see what we can do to find out about his interests. And that way we can bring more subjects in that he has interest in that will better capture his attention.
Okay.
So I thought it was great we can have you here today to provide that information for us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Does he like computers or
Yes,
science?
he's really into computers and sci-fi. He's really good at those type things.
Awesome, that's a great resource for us. Thank you.
Yes, and as his English teacher, yeah, it's very good to know that that's his interest because I do have a problem with Johnny sometimes getting up in the middle of discussions, but now what I would do is gear my planning for his assignments differently. Now that I know his interest, because Johnny is my heart. I can't tell all the kids that, but he's my baby.
Thank you.
And so I believe in Johnny, and I want Johnny to believe in himself. Another concern that I have is I do have planning. My planning is every day from 10 to 11. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to call the school, and I'll provide you that number.
Thank you so much, because I don't think he ever gave me the sheet that you sent home.
I'm pretty sure he did. He's a teenage boy. Yeah, something
Another
else.
great resource is going to be the parent portal. I would love to train you on how to use the parent portal, be able to access his homework, his test grades, to find out what's
Great,
going on.
great, because I have, my cell phone has email access and I can look every
Wonderful.
day. And that way, when he tells me everything's okay, I can really look for myself.
That's
Because
great.
working 2 jobs is kind of hard. When I get home, he's in bed.
I understand.
Are you a single parent?
Yes, I am. It's
Oh, I
just
can
me.
relate. I'm a single parent as well. So we're here to support you. We care about your son, but we care about him being successful as an adult.
Thank you. Anything that you can help me with. He's easily distracted. Can you help me? Is there any resources?
I think our counselor would be great in providing studying tips. Maybe he may need additional counseling. I would hate to say that now, but she's a great resource. So I would tap into that resource, and it's free.
Yes.
Yeah.
Free.
And based,
Oh,
on the,
anything.
and based on the information you're giving us today, we're going to definitely make sure we find great resources
Absolutely.
to
Thank
keep
you.
his attention and be able to
Thank
keep him
you.
focused
Yes.
and get him back on track.
Thank you
So as
so
a team,
much.
we can all work together,
Yeah.
our teachers and parents, to make this happen for him.
I'm going to let him know that I spoke with you and how highly you spoke of him, and that we're going to work together.
He's important.
Yes.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
You are quite welcome.
And I'm going to come out so you can train me on how to use the parent portal.
Well, I'm going to give you my contact information
Yes.
as well as my email so you can reach me at any time.
Thank you.
Don't hesitate day or night.
Thank you so much.
And that's the same for all of us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yep, never hesitate to contact me either.
Thank you, because sometime in between work, I can call. Will that be
Yes.
okay?
That'd be
Yes.
fine.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
You have any other questions for us?
No, I think you answered them all, and thank you so much for helping me. I'm
Yeah.
doing the best I can.
I
Yeah.
understand. We're parents too.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank
you.
Johnny's lucky to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Be in touch. Absolutely.
Have a good day.
As you can see, the conference became more productive when the teachers created an environment that was very welcoming and accommodating to the parents. So what did they do differently? Let's break it down. Before the conference started, everyone greeted the parent in a very welcoming way when she entered the room. This immediately lessened any perceived anxieties the parent may have had about the meeting. As another way to set a positive tone for the meeting, the counselor strategically placed her chair beside the parent and gave her something to take notes with. This sent a visual message to everyone that the parent had an advocate in the room. And lastly, but certainly not least, the teacher clearly expressed ways they would work with the parent and offered strategies to support her child at home. By doing this, the parent was able to leave the conference feeling like the staff genuinely cared about the success of her child, and that it was not just lip service. Parents send us their most prized possessions each day to educate and prepare for the future workforce. By creating a welcoming environment for all parents, we can enhance our students' chances of experiencing high levels of success in school. Thank you for your time, and I hope that you will use these strategies you've seen today to begin building those positive relationships with the parents in your school.